Hi everyone, it's Miss Brenner. I'm here to go over your weekly agenda for May 11th through May 17th of our marking period for participation activities. This week, I'd like to talk a little bit about how everything's going to be graded and just go over the different assignments for the week. And I hope that you're all doing well, and hopefully it warms up here soon in the future so that way you guys get a little bit more outdoor time. So step 1, if you're watching this video, you're already off to a great start. Step 2, I need you to complete 5 out of these 6 activities for the week. The assignments open at 10 a.m. Monday, and each week they close at 8 a.m. the following Monday. So these are going to open up May 11th at 10 a.m. and then close Monday, May 17th at 8 a.m. So with all that being said, let's talk a little bit about how things are graded, just to go back over it. You either get a 1 for a successfully completed assignment, you get a 0 for an unsuccessfully completed assignment, and you can skip 1 assignment per week. So your goal is to have 5 out of 6 assignments completed every week successfully, so that way you have a successful week, and therefore cumulatively will hopefully have a successful marking period for. Now remember, if you fall behind on weeks, you can go back and make up assignments, but please make sure you do that as quickly as possible. Weeks will close, and therefore you wouldn't be able to go back at a certain point to make up all the work that you missed. We also don't want you to become overwhelmed with makeup work. So try to stay on top of your assignments. Make sure you're getting 5 out of 6 assignments completed per week, so that way you will have a successful marking period for. All right, let's talk a little bit about our activities. So we're going to be finishing up Romeo and Juliet. I have 2 audio videos for you to watch as Edpuzzles. And so therefore, I need you to watch Act 5, Scene 1 Edpuzzle and Act 5, Scene 2 Edpuzzle. Both of those must be completed to get the point for Activity 1. For Activity 2, we have creative writing. We have 4 different writing prompts for this week. You could share a recipe that has personal value to you. You need to explain what the personal value of that recipe was, whether it's something that you do with your siblings all the time, or it's a recipe that you found from a friend. You have to explain the value of that recipe and then how to make the cookies or pizza or other yummy item. The second one is to pick 5 items, solid or abstract, that bring you personal joy and explain how each item makes you happy. Maybe it's opening up a brand new pack of colored pencils and seeing them all perfectly displayed. Maybe that brings you some form of happiness, but you have to explain 5 items. Write about your career, either your current job or the career that you would like to have one day. Tell us a little bit about what you aspire to do with your life. And number 4 is to describe what your personal utopia would be like. How could you make a perfect world for you? So those are our 4 different creative writing prompts. You only have to complete 1. You do not have to complete all 4 to get the 1 point, but you must successfully write something to get the 1 point for that activity. Activity 3 is silent reading. I need you to silently read for 60 minutes, whether you break that apart into smaller segments, it does not matter. And then answer our discussion, which is what do you plan on reading next? And how do you choose the books that you read? Do you go by genre? Maybe you really like scary stories, so you like to stick with horror novels, or maybe you really like sports, so you stick with a lot of nonfiction. Tell us how you pick what you are going to read and what you plan on reading next. Activity 4 is back to Romeo and Juliet. We're going to be finishing it up. We have 1 final video, which is for Act 5, Scene 3. It has a couple questions, and that is all for Activity 4. Just make sure that you complete that Edpuzzle. Activity 5 is documentaries. I thought we'd switch it up from just regular news articles. I have a couple different suggested documentaries. Maybe if you're really interested in physical health and calories and other health-related issues, you might want to watch the YouTube documentary Fed Up, which is about obesity in the United States. Underwater Dreams is an awesome documentary about 4 expected to be underachieving students out in California who created an amazing robotics underwater exploring machine. that competed with several really well-known teams from different universities, and I don't want to spoil it, so great documentary. It's available on Amazon or YouTube. You could try that one out. The Next Black, if you are into fashion and technology, this is about where fashion and clothing, different athletic uniforms and things like that are going as far as incorporating technology to create better uniforms and such. That's on YouTube. It's a great watch. And then if you are somebody that's sitting at home watching cat videos, Ketty is a great documentary for exploring different countries and cultures through the perspective of people's cats and through outdoor cats that have been abandoned and how they meet different families, impact their lives in different countries, such as Istanbul. So, just a couple suggestions. Now, you do not have to watch any of these four. You can go find a different documentary. Maybe there's a documentary on YouTube that you are personally interested in. Maybe there's a documentary on Netflix that you would like to watch. Make sure that it is school appropriate, but you can watch whatever documentary you would like. Just tell us a little bit about it. Give us a link so that way if somebody else wants to go watch it, or tell them where they can find it. Tell us what the name of the documentary is and the author, and tell us your opinions. That's what I'm asking for Activity 5. And then Activity 6 is our last discussion for Romeo and Juliet. For this discussion, does the idea of fate seem to be working against Romeo and Juliet's happily ever after? Could they have ever had a happy ending in a story like this? Give us your opinion. Could they have done something differently to have a better ending? Just 3 sentences minimum. Give us your response for Activity 6. And those are all of our activities for this week. If you have any questions or concerns, we will have Zoom meetings at 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. So you are welcome to come stop in with any questions. Please feel free to send me an email on Schoology. And I guess I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye-bye.